What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's that time, the time where the man takes on the machine on cricket.com, and it is game 2 where the master takes on the apprentice. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the man versus machine, the Criclytics Man versus machine with, of course, Brian Lara. Let's get him straight in. Brian, how are you feeling today? Because, of course, game 1 done and dusted, but this one is a real rip-roarer.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I think CSK, who has not done pretty well in the tournament in 2020 in the United Arab Emirates, they'll be looking to make a pence. But it's gonna be a great cricket match. Delhi Capitals, we know how good they are, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this year and seeing how those two teams do.
Yup, those two teams, of course, different fortunes the last time. 2nd for Delhi, 7th for Chennai. And they did a lot of shopping in the IPL auction. Let's get, of course, your thoughts on Steve Smith, because Ricky Ponting not too long ago said that if he does play, he'll fit in the top 3. Do you agree or disagree, Brian?
Well, I think he's been tried and tested, and at Rajasthan Royals, I didn't think he fit the role very well. I'm not sure if he's a T20 batsman 100%. So, of course, he's got a lot of experience. He's got leadership quality as well. But in terms of the actual game, I find him wanting in a lot of areas. Maybe Ricky Ponting thinks that he needs somebody to solidify the middle order and or up at the top and then the middle order, and that's why he's been selected. But I'm not sure if it was a great buy.
Okay, moving on to the captains then, because all eyes, of course, on them. MS Dhoni and Rishabh Pant. We'll talk about the latter because Southpaw, of course, he's stellar, he has swagger, left-handed, and he was a young captain. Familiar? Does it remind you of anyone, Brian?
I mean, he's tremendous. You know, I must take myself away from this IPL and just talk about how proud I was to see him change the game, how he performed in the Test series against Australia, also against England. It was just tremendous to see. We are now playing the IPL, and this is going to be a different ask. He's a more responsible cricketer now. He's still got the flair. He's still got the excitement, and he's going to be one to watch for this IPL.
Okay, and of course a word on MS Dhoni, because he seems to be prepping for this year's IPL 2 months in advance. Of course, he's never really suffered what he suffered last year, finishing 7th. What do you make of MS Dhoni? Do you think he'll deliver in this competition?
Well, he's really much the thinking tank of CSK. He makes a lot of decisions. I know Stephen Fleming is there with him, but MS Dhoni is really the one I feel that made those critical decisions. Now, it's very important to understand he is going down in age, and maybe what he could have done in years gone by, he can't do it. So he has to try to create a lot more match winners around him and sort of take that pressure away from him. I know he's been working very hard. He's only playing the IPL exclusively, and that in itself is going to, ask a few questions. But he's tried, tested. He's one who's been there before and has come up trumps on many occasions. So I expect him to start the tournament on a high.
Okay, that was Brian's 1-minute pitch. Pertinent points there, but will it be pertinent predictions? And Brian, we're going to put you to the test right now. We'll start off with the batsmen, because there are a lot of batsmen right now who can, of course, deliver. But Criclytics suggests it's Faf du Plessis and Steve Smith. Do you agree with the machine, Brian?
Totally wrong. I think they've gone for a lot of experience there. Those two guys been around for a long time, and of course they can perform, but they're not going to be match winners. I think for Delhi Capitals, Rishabh Pant is going to be asked a lot of questions, and I think he's going to come up trump. He's a great little player. He's got a responsibility of captain. I think he's going to do very well. And for CSK, I think it's going to be down the later half of the game for them with Jadeja and Sam Curran as the 2 all-rounders. I believe that's going to perform both with bat and ball.
Okay, I love how you're jumping the gun with the all-rounders already, but we're still with the batsman, Brian, and you have pointed out the machine is totally wrong in this one. Only time will tell if you're right or the machine. Will catch that in the post show. But having said that, it is played in the Wankhede Stadium, this one, Chennai versus Delhi. Let's move on, of course, to the bowlers. There's so many of them. Of course, no Rabada, no Nokia. Who do you think will take the most amount of wickets? I'll tell you what the machine says, but I want to know from you first.
I think it's going to be Ashwin. I think Ashwin is definitely someone who attacks the batsman. Of course, put them under a lot of pressure by not giving them any loose balls. I believe that he's going to come up with a few wickets in this match for the Delhi Capitals. And Sam Curran is going to swing the ball around a little bit. I think he's going to start the tournament with the ball as well as he starts with the bat.
Okay, let's of course ask you a little bit more about the bowlers in terms of the pacers. Shardul Thakur and Deepak Chahar. That's what the machine thinks. These guys will be picking up the most amount of wickets. How much have they impressed you, and how much do you agree with that statement?
Well, they are very experienced bowlers, and I believe that the machine has it right here in terms of the leading fast bowlers in each team. I think they've made some good choices there. So I will sort of confess to say that I'll have to go along with them.
Okay, because of course you take the wicket splits and the spin and pace. It just shows that the Wankhede, of course, is more conducive to pace with the livelier tracks out there. Let's move on to the all-rounders, because Brian, of course, has been jumping on this before. There's quite a few. You've already touched upon it over there. But my question is, of course, will you side with the machine? Moeen Ali is their best bet. They've gone to reckon that Moeen Ali will probably score about 25 runs and take about 2 wickets. What's your take on this? And do you think maybe Stoinis Curran will be better?
I think the machine is wrong. And I also don't like Stoinis to come up trumps in this first game. I am sort of laying all my money on Sam Curran to be the top all-rounder in this match, and maybe even walk away with the man of the match.
Maybe even walk away with the man of the match, but Criclytics, of course, thinks it's his compatriot in Moeen Ali. Of course, I will be holding you hostage to what you say right now. Moving on from the all-rounders, then to the wicket-keepers, and we've already touched upon it, Brian. MS Dhoni, Rishabh Pant. Criclytics suggests it's going to be Rishabh Pant. Agree, disagree?
Well, I think Rishabh Pant may outscore and outdo MS Dhoni in the game, because I think he's going to have a little bit more to play. He will bat a little bit earlier, and of course with the glove and his captaincy as well. So I think not because I'm matching them up together. I think he just has a little bit more opportunity to do better. So I have Rishabh Pant as the one who is just going to eclipse MS Dhoni in the wicket-keeping department.
Okay, and that's 4 predictions up, but the crucial number 5. Wait for it, Brian. It's the who's going to win the match, because Criclytics believes it's Chennai to have the slight edge despite Delhi Capitals beating them twice last season.
I have to agree with Criclytics. I think the absence of Rabada and Nokia is going to be very, very tough for Delhi in this very first match. And they're coming off the back of a very big season last year. I think CSK would play with a little bit more intensity, and they're going to try to pull off that win. They did it against Mumbai Indians in the opening game last year. I think they're going to do it in their first appearance in the IPL 2021 against Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, the reason I was clapping is because you agreed with the machine at last. It was almost a conflict between Criclytics and Brian Lara. How often can we say that in one sentence? But of course, lastly, from all those fantasy players out there, your vice captain and captain, you perhaps have touched upon it. Will you go with someone like Sam Curran or completely different?
No, I will stick with Sam Curran. I think he's going to play a big part with the bat and ball today for CSK. He's going to be my captain, and my vice captain actually going to be again from CSK, and that's going to be Jadeja.
Okay, I think you already got a plethora of Indian fans, but considering you've sided with RCB and CSK in the first 2 encounters, it's safe to say that you'll get more followers on social media with MS Dhoni and Virat Kohli being involved over there. Brian, of course, it's fun to talk to you, but we can't wait to get these predictions right or wrong post-match with you. And you have something about April in the fact that you scored the 375, the 400. Only time will tell if you get the predictions right 17 years later. Brian, it's been absolutely fun again. We'll catch you in the next one, and good luck with everything.
Yes, take care.
You heard it from the man himself. Just download cricket.com. It's high time you get on the app, because Criclytics is the world's most powerful cricket predicting machine. I've said it in one go, and for that you should simply download the app. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, goodbye from me.